Hey there, retro gamers. David here with Game Overcast. Thanks for joining us for another episode of the show. And we were just noticing this morning that we don't have quite enough branding, I don't think, on this show. You know, I'm all about marketing and promoting the business. So, you know, I've got my Game Over shirt on, Game Over banner here. But I grabbed another one just in case. It's a little big, but I want to make sure everybody knows, you know, the name. So, because the show, it's not about me, it's about the brand, right? So, it's a little big.
If you could just leave it there the whole show.
Yeah, okay.
People would get it.
So, in other news, how about like this? That way you can kind of see my mouth.
We don't want to see you.
Oh, you don't want to see my mouth?
No.
Okay. It's better I just hide myself. Yeah. All right, so here we go. Sorry, that's too big. Slightly. It's just a little too big.
Yeah.
All right. So we're going to have to just roll with this and that and hope that you all know that this is sponsored by, staffed by, for the sole purpose of, and to support 100% Game Over video games, because that's what we do. It's not just a random show about random stuff. It's about retro gamers, for retro gamers, and put on by the king of retro gamers, Game Over video games. So what more could you want, right? And it's not just any Joe Schmo hosting the show. It's this dude, don't you know? Right? Who has the owner of the company out doing their own freaking podcast? I don't know. We do, I guess. So anyway, on with the show. So I have now caught up a little bit on head shaving, face trimming, and yeah, we are back in business. I'm not quite caught up on all the emails yet, but I'm getting there. I'm going to talk about that actually later in the show on the boss battle. I have continuing issues with my Outlook. So we've got some email battles on the boss battle to talk about. Our Houston store up and running. So, you know, thanks again to those guys and that work in that store and all the customers in the Houston area for supporting us. And definitely go by and check it out. It's a really cool store. You know, I hope you like it. And it's nice. It's new. It's got a cool new feel to it. So check it out, 3257 Southwest Freeway, right near downtown Houston, right off the major highway going into downtown. The Southwest Freeway. It's also called 59 and 69, and it's right across the highway from the Lakewood Church. So cool store. Check it out, and thanks for your support of the move. Also, in just kind of general news, we're in the middle of a winter weather warning this week. So you know, it seems like across the whole country we've been dealing with a lot of winter storm warnings and blizzards and, you know, crazy snow and ice and stuff like that. It's actually supposed to be hitting Texas just as you watch the show this week. So we'll see. So who knows? I think we all might be iced in or snowed in the next couple days. But we'll keep on watch on that. And so let's get on with the show. We're ready to go and back to hopefully weekly broadcasts. So we're going to jump right into level 1 now with current events. What's going on in the world of gaming and retro gaming in particular. So let's run down some of the current stories in the news this week. Mortal Kombat 2 movie sequel is officially in the works. So the first movie, we talked about it on the show. You know, it was one of those that came out during the pandemic the past couple of years, but it did really well. Everybody liked it. One of those few video game movies that, for the most part, people kind of got behind and, you know, supported. And you know, I was one of them. I actually, compared to video game movies, you know, that have come out over the years or decades, you know, it's probably one of the best. So it's a good one, and they're making a sequel, so that's great. It's going to be directed by Jeremy Slater, who's the guy doing the Moon Knight series on Disney+. So there's no real info, you know, no release date, no trailer, anything like that. Just news that they're making the movie. So which I think we all pretty much expected, you know, because it did well, and it definitely ended with, you know, without having the big tournament in the movie, and that's kind of what we want to see. So hopefully the second one will be bigger, better, and coming soon. Also, Sega arcades are now gone in Japan. So they have been there have been Sega arcades in neighborhoods all over Japan for like 50, 60 years, and they're officially now, you know, they've sold them off, I guess, shut them down, and they're bought out by somebody else. And so now they're going to be called Genda Jigo Entertainment. Genda Jigo Entertainment. So I guess the company Genda bought them out, and it doesn't quite roll off the tongue like Sega does, but I guess you could say Genda, you know, like Sega. I don't know, maybe. But at least they're going to still keep some open. So there's going to be some gaming centers still in Japan, just rebranded under that new name. Sega is still going to make arcade cabinets, of course, and so they'll actually have some of the cabinets in the arcades, as well as other arcades around the planet, really. And so they will survive in some form, but it'll just not be called or owned by Sega anymore, and that's sad. But at least there are still arcades out there. Another news, let's see, this was reported by Videogames Republic, that Microsoft, who we talked about on the last show, about spending billions of dollars to buy Activision Blizzard, I should say, that now they're talking about bringing all the classic franchises back. So, surprise, they're going to try and get something for their money spent. So yeah, you can count on all of those franchises to come back. So for better or worse, you're going to be seeing, Guitar Hero, Skylanders, Spyro, Crash Bandicoot. They have an amazing span of titles to draw from, and so it'd be great to see all of them come back. I'm sure some of them won't be great, but some will, and it'll be definitely nice to see some of them come back. But I don't know, for people like us that work at video game stores, the thought of a whole nother world of Skylanders coming our way is a little scary. I don't know where we're gonna put them, but everything else is pretty cool. So anyway, so good luck to Microsoft. I'm sure you will make your money back over the years on that billion. What was it, $60 billion purchase or something? So yeah. Okay. Now let's go on to retro gaming news, and specifically in the world of retro games. What's going on? So first of all, hey, listen. There's some news about Zelda N64 game that apparently Miyamoto threw some shade at Navi. Ooh. So he was interviewed recently. Shigeru Miyamoto, Mr. Nintendo, responsible for all those classic like Mario and Zelda games, and just icon in gaming. He was talking about Zelda, the N64 game, the first 3D Zelda game. In an interview, and we were talking about, he was talking about Navi, the guide system that helps Link to learn, and know what to do in the game, saying that was the biggest weak point of the game. I think because it kind of just gave too much away, or was kind of too handholdy-ish. But you have to learn, the moves somehow. So I understand it was hard to kind of figure out how to do that, and so Navi served a good purpose. But anyway, it was just funny that he was kind of throwing shade at that on the game. In other retro news, there's a really cool Lego setup that somebody made showing the first Zelda game on an NES, the map, like the overworld map of the original Zelda, built out of Legos, and it's on readretro.com. It's like the website, and also the person that made it is Ian Roosma, IAN ROOSMA, and if you look up his name on YouTube, you can see, he has like video, the whole kind of overview, and moves through and shows all the number of pieces. I just should have written this down, but it's like thousands of pieces went into it. I'm sure hours and hours, hundreds of hours to construct it. But it's really cool, so you should definitely check that out. And I'll try and put the link for that in the listing for the YouTube version of this show too, so you can check it out there. If you don't want to have to search, I'll just put it right there, make it super convenient for everyone. Also, in other news, we've talked about some classic Game Boy mods recently on the show, different things people have done with the original Game Boy. There's another new one out now. There's a guy that took 9 Game Boys and just the screens and put them all together. So it's like tic-tac-toe. It's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, just, like 3 by 3 square. And then used a Raspberry Pi to connect that to an original Game Boy and feed the video through. So that basically you can see the images on these, 9 screens kind of meshed together as one, and it's pretty cool. So his name is KGSWS. So I actually didn't look long enough to figure out what that stands for. I guess that's his initials or something, but it's KGSWS, and you can look that up on Google or YouTube, and find the pictures and the video, and it is pretty cool looking. So lots of neat stuff you can do with classic consoles, right? All right. Well, that actually brings us to the end of level 1. So let's move on to level 2. Level 2, man, we filmed the show early, right? So sometimes
3 a.m. right now.
It's 3 a.m. and I'm just waking up, and sometimes it's a little blah, 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 but
You're just waking up. I haven't gone to sleep yet.
Well, you were telling me earlier you could sleep anywhere, anytime.
That's true. I'm gonna fall asleep right
which
now.
I know. Which made me afraid now. Every time you like come here to do the show, I'm like, well, he's sitting on the highway asleep somewhere. I hope everybody else starts honking at him to wake him up. Okay, so let's move on to level 2. We're going to talk about local events at your Game Over video game store, what's happening, the sales, the tournaments, other cool stuff at Game Over. So let's go to level 2 now. Hey there, welcome back. This is level 2, company events and info. What's going on at your local Game Over video game store these days? Sales, of course. We have sales every week. If you don't know about them, sign up for our emails. We send emails once a week to let you know, and it's free to sign up. You don't have to buy stuff. You don't have to pay money. You don't have to get some stupid magazine. You just say, I want to know about sales, and we say, sweet. Done. Give us your email, and it's done. Do we sell it to people? No, we're not that smart. We just send you our stuff, and that's it. So anyway, do it or don't do it, but also if you watch the podcast, I guess you get a little insight into the sales this way too. All right, so coming up. So February 4th through 10th is our Super Bowl hype sale. So the Super Bowl is now set. So who do we have? We have not Kansas City. We have the Cincinnati Bengals, shockingly, in the Super Bowl, and the San Francisco 49ers. Is that right, Dan? I'm a Cowboy fan, so we always get close, but never like all the way. Like
I don't know I don't even know how to play football. Ask me about football.
Okay, you're no help. So I mean, people that like sports, I'm sure you know, but so I think it's the Bengals. I'm pretty solid on that one, and I think it's the 49ers, and so that's cool. But even if your team is not in it, that's still okay. So we're doing 25% off all new and used NFL football games. So no matter what console, what platform, how old it is, which version, of Madden or whatever it is, they're all 25% off. You can do it online in our web store at GameOverVideogames.com with the code football25. And that's going on from the 4th through the 10th. So right up to Super Bowl, get the hype going, get your, Tecmo Bowl, get your Madden, play your fantasy teams on there and let the hype begin for Super Bowl 50, whatever, 56, right? I looked to you and you don't know. You just said you don't know anything. Is it Super Bowl 56? Is that right?
I don't know, nor do I care.
And then you could say, well, just read like the Roman numerals on the ads, but like nobody knows Roman numerals anymore either. They're like, it's Super Bowl LXQ27. I don't know. No, I know it's 56. I'm pretty sure on that.
LVI.
LVI.
Mm-hmm.
So LVI. That means 50. The V is 5 and the I is 1. So 50 plus 5 plus 1, 56.
You're right. I Googled it.
And that is how you do Roman numerals, which, like cursive, is something I learned in school, but most kids today probably don't learn in school because they don't have time for that.
Why?
It's just like you're a little kid. Here's a keyboard. Start typing, kid. You don't need to know how to write anything. You don't need to learn how to add anything. It's all in the machine. Get the machine. The machines will never fail us. Trust in the machine. Don't let your mind figure out how to do problems and writing and your hands to write stuff. All right. Oh, sorry. We're in the middle of a section of the show, so I can't really stop. Okay. Normally I rant before the show, and some of it makes it into the outtakes at the end, and some of it doesn't. But I don't normally rant mid-segment, so sorry. So back to company events and sales. So that's the Super Bowl hype sale. After that, February 11th through 17th, we're doing new and used third-party console sale. So like all those cool Retron machines that we sell, stuff like that, where it's, it plays Nintendo games, but it's not made by Nintendo, that kind of stuff. We have a lot of them for sale. We have handhelds, we have, TV consoles, we have multi-consoles that play, multiple different types of cartridges in them. Some are like 2-way, some are 3-way, some are 5-way. And so a lot of different options there. They're all going to be 20% off. You can also get that online at GameOverVideogames.com with the code NEWRETRO20. So that's your code there. And then we're doing a one-day sale on the 14th. Do you know what the 14th is? Dan, do you know what February 14th is?
Valentine's Day.
Valentine's Day. All right. Spoken like a married man. All right. So don't forget, everybody, February 14th is Valentine's Day. It's on a Monday, too, so it might be kind of easy to overlook since it's like, midweek. But
I've got my reservation for Sunday night, which was easy to get because that's also Super Bowl Sunday. so nobody's going out to eat.
Oh, that's good.
My life hack.
Oh, that's a good plan. So Dan was saying, in case you couldn't hear that he made Valentine plans for the Sunday right before on the 13th because it's Super Bowl night, and nobody be out at restaurants except like bar restaurants, I guess. But yeah, so that's a good plan. But I want to watch the Super Bowl.
Fine.
So I guess we'll have to do something Monday night.
It only works if you don't care about the Super Bowl.
Yeah. Well, we'll probably watch the Super Bowl and then maybe do something for Valentine's on Monday. But anyway, if you need plans for Valentine's Day on Monday, or maybe you don't have a Valentine, come to Game Over Video Games. Because in addition to selling games, we're a dating service too. And we'll hook you up with another single gamer, and you guys can save money together and live happily ever after. So you'll get 20% off everything in the store, and that's everything. So that's consoles, that's new, used, young, old.
How much
20% off.
20%?
20%. Do you believe that? I mean, sorry. Crazy, right? 20% off the whole store. Just because we love you, retro gamers at Game Over Video Games. We love you and support you. And so whether you have a special Valentine or not, we want to be your Valentine. So come support us. We save money for you. It's a win-win situation. So Monday the 14th, that is our sale, 20% off. If you don't live near a Game Over store, or it's, a blizzard in your area, and you can't make it out, you can do it online too, gameovervideogames.com. The code is LOVE20 because we love giving you 20% off. So you can do that online. And again, 20% off everything, no limitations. So buy it all, please. Because we do love money. And so the more you buy, we do get more money, even though we get 20% less money. But that's okay. It's still money. So, all right. So good stuff on the sales. Events. We do free events every month. Totally free, totally fun. They're totally cool. So you should definitely check those out. It's coming up. It's Saturday, February 12th, the day before the Super Bowl. So you can get all hyped up by playing some tournaments at Game Over stores. So we've got 5 events. They're going to be spread around the country where we have Game Over stores. So there's going to be one in Bellevue, Washington, one in Arlington, Texas, in the Dallas area, one in San Antonio in the Selma store. It's kind of the north side. One in the Houston area on 1960 on the northwest side, and then one in Austin. The one in South Austin on South Lamar. So all 5 of those stores doing free events. You can look at their specific local Facebook pages for the details on what game it is, what the rules are, what the sign-up time is, and stuff like that. But totally free, fun for the whole family. So you should definitely come out and check it out. Meet some fellow gamers, and then once you all become friends and play together on Saturday, y'all can hang out together on Sunday for the Super Bowl together. You might even hang out on Monday for Valentine's Day together. Who knows? It's hard to meet people in real life these days, right? So don't just be a social media, dating person. Go out to some things and meet some actual people in person. And you never know, you might find love. I'm in this whole Valentine mood now. I'm just, not that kind of mood. Okay. Let's see. So tournaments, yes, free, coming soon. Check them out. Also in Game Over news, consignment checks. So in most of our stores, in the very back of the stores, on the back wall, there's some cool artwork on display. We sell prints, we sell keychains, we sell koozies and mugs and hats and T-shirts and all kinds of cool stuff made by you, made by our amazing, crafty local retro gamers that shop in our stores. They make stuff on the side. Anybody that has a cool gaming-related side hustle, you can bring it into us. We'll get you signed up with the consignment program, and you sell it at Game Over. So pretty cool. But consignment checks go out every quarter, and consignment checks for quarter 4, the end of 2021, are coming out now. So the checks are done. They're on their way. They should be in all the stores this week. So as you see this video, they should be in your local store. So if you are a consignment artist and you've been wondering where are my checks, when am I going to get paid for this stuff, this week is when you get paid for it. So it should be Friday, February the 4th. The check should be in all the stores. So if you are a consignment artist, definitely go to your like home store where you pick up your checks sometime after Friday so you can pick them up. Some people make a lot of money off of that program too, by the way. So definitely get that. CGF updates, Classic Game Fest, the biggest retro gaming event of any kind in Texas by a long shot. We are filling up. Boy, we are filling up. The vendor hall is about 70% full now. So if you want a booth, you better get on it pretty soon, or you're going to be very far in the back, or might not even have a booth at all. So definitely, go to the website classicgamefest.com to find out booth pricing and the options, the tables and chairs and badges and all the options that you get with it. Find out what you want, apply there. It can be anything from, a chain of stores like Game Over, a single local store. You can be from anywhere in Texas or even outside of Texas, anywhere in the country, and come to this show. And even, local artists, indie stores, just collectors, or just people selling off stuff from their own collection. Anybody of any size can be at Classic Game Fest. You do have to have a Texas sales tax ID, though. That's not me. That's just the law of the state for having big conventions. But they're very easy to get. It's free, and we'll email you the link on how to do it online. It's no big deal. And then if you don't make a certain amount, you don't even have to file anything and pay. It's just you have to have the certificate. So, but I'll help you with that. So if you want to be at Classic Game Fest, just fill out the application. I'll email you back when I get it, and we'll get it figured out. So apply now. Also, tickets on sale now at ClassicGameFest.com. We're doing discount tickets in advance if you buy online. Plus, there's an option this year to get a discounted T-shirt with your VIP weekend pass too. So cool new option there. So definitely check that out. Let's see here. And then also for Classic Game Fest, I'm still kind of catching up from that week I had out of the office. So I know there are at least a couple CGF applications that have come in last week that I haven't gotten to yet. A couple of payments to process, and we're still working on schedules and guest and band announcements. So that should all be coming soon. Normally we do that stuff in January. This year it's going to be February. So I'm sorry about the delays on that, but hopefully by the end of February we'll be all caught up on everything there. But it's coming. So get ready for a flood of information on Classic Game Fest. Next thing is new products in the store. So we're going to do, I don't have the full unboxing, but remember last week when I had all the boxes piled up here for the video watchers? The podcasters have no idea because that, again, just wasn't really a good audio gag. But yeah, there were boxes everywhere in this room when I got back. So it was like, welcome home. Here's 1 million emails and here's 1,000 boxes. But there was cool stuff in those boxes, and I'm going to show it to you right now. So here we go. So first of all, Retrobit has the Sega license to make accessories now, and we've had these for a while. They've recreated the original Sega Genesis 6-button controller. So we sell these in the store. It's brand new. They use the exact specs and everything from Sega. So the logo is on it. The design is the same. The internals. It's newly made by Retrobit, but it's made to the Sega specs. So they're really good quality controllers. But brand new, $15. So we had them in black. We got them in a blue color. And now they've got the new and hot and sexy for Valentine's Day, red. Ooh la la. Look at that. Like clear, kind of transparent red. Very cool. These are just going out to the stores now, so hopefully as you watch this video, you will be seeing these at your local Game Over video game store, but if not, they will be there very, very soon because they are on the way out right now. So cool first party, or I guess second party kind of, remake controllers that are Sega Genesis branded from Retrobit. So very cool stuff. I'll put those over there. Then we've got plushies. So we love plushies, and I'm sorry for the noise of this plastic. I'm sure on the audio podcast that's going to be kind of distracting, but a lot of new plushies. We got Chain Chomps. We got Diddy Kong. We got, let's see, Goombas. We got Link, Breath of the Wild. What else we got? The Bomb. That one's the bomb. We've got. Sorry, I really shouldn't show you this one. He's kind of shy. That's a shy guy. Let's see, what else we got? Boo! A ghost.
Scare our audience away.
Sorry, don't be scared. Don't be scared. I think that's all of them. So, but a lot of new plushies. We have a lot of our stores have been kind of sold out on those since Christmas, and so it's nice to start getting those back in, and so you'll see those at your local stores soon. And then one more thing that's really exciting. This is a big reveal. We've been waiting on these for months and months. It's one of those like, where the hell is this thing? We ordered like 6 months ago because it was delayed and all that shipping, delays they've had in LA for months and months that we talked about, I guess, last year on the show. So Mega Man, Wily Wars, the remake. So brand new. Special edition, comes with collectible cards. Actually, I'll just read you off the box here. So you get, it has reversible covers for, it's like an original Genesis type clamshell case. It's in this sleeve, or this like collector box. But then the sleeve inside the case, it's reversible. So there's two options there. You get a sticker book. You get the collectible cards. You get a certificate of authenticity. You get lenticular cards. You get an instruction manual. And did I say sticker book? Yeah, you get a sticker book too. So, hot damn, that thing is really awesome. They're definitely pricey, and they're definitely in very, very, very short supply. So every one of our stores is getting a very small handful of these, and when we have another handful on the website at GameOverVideogames.com that's available now. So you should check those out. There's still a few of them that are in transit to the stores, so all the Game Over stores may not have them today when you see this video, but they will have them very soon in the next few days, or in the next week at most. But really cool stuff. So now that Christmas is over, the supply delays and everything, I guess, are still going on. But it's getting better, and we are suddenly getting in some of the stuff that we ordered for Christmas that we're just getting now, like the Mega Man games. So, it sucks we didn't have them for Christmas, but at least it's cool new stuff where, normally January, February, there's not a lot of new stuff going on or coming out to the stores. So we got a couple new things, so that's cool. So always check out your Game Over video game stores for, any hot new retro gaming items, because we do our best to kind of, curate and carry the coolest stuff. We curate and carry the coolest stuff. So anyway, check that out. And everything that we have is available at GameOverVideogames.com, so you can buy online nationwide. Delivery is only $10. That's a flat fee of $10. So anywhere you live, any amount of stuff you buy, you can order, just one game or an entire truckload of stuff, and it's just $10. That's it. So definitely check that out online. But now let's go on to level 3. We've got kind of a special plan today for the feature section of the show, and I'll talk about that next. And we're back with level 3, the feature section of the show. And this week I'm really excited, and this is just it's going to be a very spontaneous and, we'll have to see how it goes, but a very unplanned kind of episode. But I think it'll be really cool. So I had this idea that what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some retro games. I'm going to read the story from the instruction manuals. So this is more of a gift for our audio listeners. So you guys are just going to have to watch me read on YouTube. But for the audio listeners, it'll be much more exciting. So I'm going to read the story, and I'm going to try and leave out, the name of the game and the names of any key like characters and places. But otherwise, read the story as it is in the actual instruction manual for the game. And then in the comments for the podcast or the Facebook post or the YouTube stream, you guys try and guess which game it is, okay? And so, just put your guesses in there, and, I'll probably wait like a day or two and get some other, get all the guesses in, and then I'll, I don't know. I mean, we'll have a winner, I guess. There's no prizes, but we'll have a winner. So we'll see if y'all can guess it. So here we go. Are we ready? Okay, this is going to be fun. Okay, so get ready. Turn your volume up. Get ready to listen. All right, here's the first story, okay? All right. Okay. Let's see, okay. I have to find out. There's some of it is just like what the buttons do, and I don't want that part. I want the story. Okay. Long ago, powerful sorcerers, mighty warriors, and mystical beasts walked the land. In the kingdom of blank, a fierce battle raged between the noble king blank and the ancient evil, a dark sorcerer known as blank. Tempered steel and courageous knights were no match against his black magic, and soon the kingdom teetered on the brink of annihilation. In desperation, the king summoned the master wizard blank to thwart blank's plans of destruction. The wizard guided a young warrior blank to his birthright, the legendary Staff of Ages. With its power in hand, blank vanquished the blank. We could also substitute some interesting words in here for the blanks. And eventually, the king blank, the timeless wizard blank, took up residence within the castle, a sentinel against the escape of the imprisoned evil. 100 years have passed since blank's footsteps echoed through the darkened halls, and the once proud edifice now reduced to crumbled ruins by years of neglect. Treasure hunters plunder the recesses deep within the keep's chambers, while thieves and raiding parties prey on the unsuspecting caravans crossing the nearby hills. It's on this day that Blank's dungeons greet a new resident, a young Blank named Blank, the sole survivor of a caravan raid. Escape and death are the only options in the death cells beneath the castle. Armed with his wits, Blank is determined to find freedom. So, name that game. Did that sound familiar to anyone? This might be too hard with me leaving all the blanks in there. It's pretty obscure. It's not an easy one. Okay, so we're gonna do another one. We'll do 3 of these. Okay, so that's number 1.
So afterwards, you'll reveal them all.
At
the end. Are you not gonna reveal them at all?
No, I'll reveal them on the next show.
What? Okay, all right.
Yeah. See. Okay.
I get it.
Let me explain it again to Dan and the people at home.
Ahead.
Okay. So the concept is I'm going to read the story, and then you guys watch the video, for the next week and try and figure it out. And you can comment what your guess is. And you can also email your guesses in to podcast@gameovervideogames.com. So if you don't want other people sniping your guess, you can covertly email it in to me that way. And then we'll get all the guesses, and then on the next show, I'll announce what they were and who was the first one right with it. Okay, so that's number 1. Okay, number 2. Let's see here. I'm gonna find where the story starts here. Okay. Briefing. The emergency siren shrills in your ear. The pulsating sound galvanizes your muscles into action. Leaping out of bed, you pull on your jumpsuit and strap on your gear. You know there isn't a second to lose when the siren is screaming. As you buckle on your equipment belt, you glance at the wall clock. 3 a.m. Great. Why do emergencies always happen before dawn? Lacing on your boots, you pause for a second to check your gear. Everything's secure, and it only took you 3 minutes from the moment the siren started. Not bad, you muse, as you race to the ready room.
Wow.
Maybe this time you'll be the first one there. As you enter the ready room, a quick glance shows you that you did make it in first for once. Moments later, the rest of the team enters, and with a few murmured words of greeting, you all settle in your chairs and wait for the briefing. The briefing doesn't take long. The really nasty ones never do. This looks like the meanest assignment your squad has ever been handed. Hordes of alien and human killers, all with only one thought in their minds: to kill you. And there's only one way to stop them: kill them first. I really like that one. All right, so that's number 2. Does that sound familiar? Anyone know what game that is? These are classic retro games. All right. So that's number 2. So you can email your guests to podcast@gameovervideogames.com, or you can comment to the stream. But once you comment, other people are going to see your guests. So you might want to email it in. That's probably the better idea. All right. So then we have number 3. All right. So, and I have these here to kind of shield, by the way, in case you couldn't tell that already. So no cheating. So don't peek. All right. Let's see here. Okay, this is where the story starts. And this one is so cool. I opened the instruction manual, and somebody had cut out a cheat code from the Nintendo Power and stuck it in the manual, which is so awesome. Okay, so here's the story. The story of Blank begins in the peaceful village of Blank, where the Blank has been kept for centuries, hidden away from the outside world. The treasure has been sought by Blank, a huge and evil dragon, for thousands of years. But now, Blank has discovered the secret of Blank and descended upon the little village accompanied by all of his demonic cohorts.
Whoa.
Blank has made off with the treasure, leaving his monstrous minions behind to terrorize the countryside. The helpless townsfolk have only one hope: Blank. Otherwise known as Blank. A one-time circus strongman with a unique talent for shooting fireballs. Only Blank can find a way through the monster-infested countryside to seek out the evil Blank and regain the lost treasure of Blank for his people. And that's it. So did that sound familiar?
Sounds like Mario 2 to me.
Not Mario 2.
Sonic.
No, it's not Sonic either.
Sonic
No.
Adventure.
Oh, Sonic Adventure? No,
Yeah.
no, not that one either. Not that one either. All right, so that was number 3. So you can, pause the show, rewind. You can hear it over and over and over again. Listen closely, and see if you can figure out either 1, 2, or 3. The first responses that we get, and you can either post to the streams or the YouTube channel or email podcast@gameovervideogames.com. But the first post will be the winner, and I don't really have a prize, but maybe I'll come up with some kind of prize or something. I don't know. But you get pride, and pride is worth a lot. You get bragging rights, and I will mention your name on the show, and I will say you are a badass on the show.
Whoa.
So if you want to hear the owner of Game Over announce your name and call you an official badass on the show, that's your prize.
Do I get like a badge or something?
No badges, no certificate of authenticity.
Honorary.
Just an honorary voice award from me that you get mentioned on the show, so you will forever live on in podcast history as somebody mentioned on the show as a badass.
Worth its weight in gold.
It's worth more than any financial prize, really.
I would think so.
Yeah. So that's it. That's 1, 2, and 3. And just let me know your guesses. If it's a guess for number 1, a guess for number 2, or a guess for number 3, email it in, post it. However you can send it in. However you want to do it is fine. And on the next show, I'll go through and we'll announce who got it. So good luck to everyone, and I hope you enjoyed reading with David. All right. So that's it for the feature. Let's go on to level 4, the boss battle. And welcome back. Here we are with level 4, the boss battle. So this week, my boss battle has been David versus Microsoft Outlook. So I've been having issues with my email for a long time. I use Microsoft Outlook. I have multiple email addresses, as you may imagine at this point, and they all feed in to Outlook. And then in Outlook, I can sort them and file them on my computer, but that's like my home base for emails. So they all come in there through their different accounts and everything, and I can read them and sort them and all this. So Outlook has been crawling along for me lately. And granted, I have a kind of old and janky kind of computer, but it still works okay. And so that I'm sure is part of it. But also my Outlook file now is so big because all these emails feed into it. And, I periodically will go through and delete, old stuff, but not that much. And so, so it would freeze, it would go slowly. Different like transitions, like opening an email window or just picking a new email from the inbox and trying to, get that to open up, would just cause the whole thing to like crash or freeze. And so, like most things here, here at Game Over, I'm pretty cheap. So I didn't want to like pay some kind of, Geek Squad dude to come in here and like, look at it. So I just been kind of dealing with it, just making the best of it and doing what I can. But so I finally decided, like coming back from this trip and trying to get caught up, I'm like, you know what? I finally need to bite the bullet, right? Like I pay for the Office 365. So it's like, I do pay for the software and it's not working. And so I'm going to call tech support and see if they can fix it. So I did that yesterday, thinking that, I'm going to put in my time today and then it'll be smooth sailing after that point, because it's just a matter of, I didn't have the time to do the stupid call because I knew it would take forever. And, so I kept putting it off. So I made the call. So we were on the phone 3 different times in a row yesterday. Total time elapsed probably 2+ hours, which to me is a big chunk of time. Like I don't like wasting time at all. And so I try and be super productive when I'm here. And so for me to just be on a 1-800 number with, some random dude trying to fix my email is like agony. So we're going through the process and trying to fix stuff. And, he's talking me through, they have the steps that they're following, right? They have a script and it's like, oh, it's doing this. Okay, well, we should try and fix this. And so he's going through all his stuff and he loads a little bot onto the computer that then it tries and automatically checks things. And And, all the little fixes that this little bot is doing, it's like, oh, I changed this registry, or I changed this, whatever. I don't even know what it did, but like it tried to fix all this stuff, and ultimately same stuff keeps happening. And so I'm telling the tech guy what I think it is. And I'm not a tech guy, but I'm telling him like, in the past, I have had some issues sometimes because my email box is very big, and I keep a lot of emails. I send and receive a lot of emails in my life, and I try and keep them all in Outlook. It's not in the cloud; it's just on my computer, and I know that's probably a problem right there. But in the cloud, you have limits of X number of gigs or whatever that you can hold, and but on my computer, I figured, well, I can store as much as I want on the computer because that's mine, and I have a big hard drive, so I can fit a bunch of emails in there. So anyway, long story short, so I'm telling him after his little fixes and auto fixes weren't working, I was like, well, can we look at the file size, because I have had an issue in the past with the file size being too big, and maybe that is an issue again. So then we started going that route and looked at the file size, and pulled up like the folder list and showed how big each folder was, and some are very big. And the biggest one was my sent items folder, which was, I think like 40 gigs or something. It was really big. And so I guess, like if an email is important, I'll send it to myself and then file it away. So I don't really use the sent folder at all. It stores them there, but I don't really use those. So I was like, okay, well, let's just delete that, and apparently, and I'm sure this is my fault. So, I may just be dumb computer user, but so the last time I guess I emptied it was 2018, because the emails go all the way back to 2018. So I've got like 5 years of email in the sent folder. So delete all those. It's, this huge amount of stuff. It took just that alone took over 30 minutes to delete the files, to send them to the deleted folder and then to empty the deleted folder, after that point. So it took like 30 plus minutes. And even the guy at Microsoft is like, I've never had it take this long to delete files from Outlook.
How old is your computer, though?
The computer's older than that, but I think I guess 5 years ago, I had other issues with Outlook, probably being too big also, and did a massive purge, and that's why my files went back to 2018, because obviously Game Over's been around, much longer than that, but my last great purge of 2018, was the last time I'd done it. So, but interesting facts, for numbers people that watch the show. So 5 years of sent emails. So how many emails do you think I have sent in 5 years? How many emails do you think, Dan?
How many emails have you sent in the past 5 years?
Sent in 5 years.
Let's see. If you send I would bet you send probably 30 emails a day.
Okay.
So by that math, that's probably like 3,000.
30 days would be about 900 a month, so about 1,000 a month.
So probably
60 months, so about 6,000 or 60,000.
No, let's say it's like 60,000.
No, that's not right.
No,
It'd be 6,000.
Okay.
That using that math.
In 5 years.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, 60,000.
60,000. Okay. Well, that's high. Okay.
Did I ruin your thing?
You ruined the whole thing, because I was going to have you say like 2,000, and I'll be like, no, it was bigger than that. Okay, well, it's a little less than that. But apparently I'd sent about 30,000 emails in the past 5 years.
Goodness.
5 years-ish.
So that's like...
Because it's early 2022, so really this year hadn't really happened much. So it's really mostly 4 years, I guess.
That's more like 15 emails a day, which is still...
It's a lot. I mean, like 30,000... 30,000 over even 5 years is 6,000 a year, which is 5,000 a month, right?
500 a month.
500 a month. So about 100 a week. That's actually not too bad. Yeah, about 100 a week.
That's pretty bad.
Is that a lot?
Yeah.
You don't send 100 emails a week?
No.
Oh. I get a lot more than that. But a lot of the junk and the spam and stuff where people are just sending me like, hey, I got it, or okay, or whatever, I can just file those. But ones I actually have to respond to is 100 a week.
Emails a day, so you're sending 2 emails an hour.
Yeah.
Probably.
About 2 emails an hour.
Yeah.
I'd probably do more than that when I'm working, but I don't work 24/7, even though I mostly work.
No, even if you're working at like a 10-hour day, that's 2 emails an hour.
Yeah. So it is a lot.
Which, like...
It seemed like a lot to me, but...
That's just somebody's job, is to do emails.
That pretty much is my job.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a big chunk of my job is doing emails, but just the ones that I've sent out. So just the ones that I've cared to respond to. So just imagine that I get maybe, 10-to-1 ratio of like, spam, credit card offers, yes, we stole your account and, you pay us in Bitcoin to release your, stuff or whatever. All this, the rich Nigerian prince type emails. I get all that kind of junk because all these emails feed into my email. So I get all the junky stuff. But yeah, so I probably get, 10 times that. So I probably had, 100, 200,000 emails total in that 5 years. And then it's just those are the ones that were worthy of me responding to. So anyway, so again, long story short, I get and send a lot of emails. So there was a lot in there. So it took 30 minutes to clear it out. So we cleared that, cleared the delete folders. I deleted a bunch of other stuff like just, the low-hanging fruit, right? Like the easy stuff where I could go into a folder and be like, okay, I don't really need this stuff anymore. So I delete big chunks. So I deleted like maybe 10, 20,000 more emails from just random folders. And so now the program is a lighter weight, program. It has less burdened down by all those gigs of crap. And it seems to work a little better, but it still freezes up. So the guy is actually supposed to call me back today, like after we film this show, and talk about other potential solutions for it. So I don't know if any of you guys are like tech experts or you've used Outlook, in this way. That if you have any advice, let me know. But again, I don't store it on the cloud. I store it on my computer, which is probably a problem, especially if my computer craps out. But it's just, it's just that's the way it's been. And so, I don't know what I can or should change there, but I'm definitely not liking that it's not been working so well. So that's been my big boss battle over the past several months. But it's just kind of come to a crashing halt now because we're trying to fix this stuff. And so after drastically deleting a ton of files yesterday, I'm hoping that through that plus whatever we do today, it will function again, at least to some kind of more acceptable level of functionality. But we'll see. I'll have to update you on that again soon. But man, calling into tech support, you hate to do it. Like sometimes you just have to, but you always hate it because once you're dialing that number and you get that that automated press 1 for English or whatever on there, you just know like, well, there goes the rest of my day because I'm going to be on this call until I go home tonight, probably beyond. And that was the case for me. So that really sucks. And but we all have been there. We've all had to do that where you call those numbers and you put in your time and you listen to them do all their ready speeches, their quick fixes that they have, and then hopefully you can finally after all that get down to an actual solution that will work for you. But anyway, so that is my current boss battle, me versus Outlook. It is round 1 is over. The easy stuff's all done. My cleanup of my box is done. And so now we're going to see how it works today and what else we can do from there. So I guess more to come. I'll give you an update down the road on that. But that is my boss battle versus Outlook. I'm sure many of you have faced similar things where you work. And yeah, it's just one of those things that happen. So anyway, let's move on to the bonus level now. We'll talk about fan feedback and wrap up the show. And that's always my favorite part. So what have you guys been commenting and posting about over the past week or so with the last show? So let's go there now. Bonus level. And we're back with the bonus level fan feedback, the wrap up of the show, all the comments that we've gotten. I say this every week, but like I am so impressed and so humbled by everyone taking the time to watch the show. We actually have like hundreds of people that watch or listen to this podcast every week, and that's just amazing. So thank you guys for bringing me into your home or onto your phone or device, and when you have time to killing it with me. So thanks. We're a team, and I'm happy to help you kill that time. And so let's go on to the feedback. Leptonics says box fort. He loved the boxes on the desk last time, and so yeah, we totally should. The next time we get a big shipment of boxes, just build a fort, and I'll just do the whole show from like inside a fort. That would be awesome. Let's see. He couldn't come out to meet me in Houston, but that's cool. Anytime. I'm out there, at least every month or two. So you'll see me around. Let's see. He likes the broken consoles for sale. So we do broken consoles at each of our stores. Anything that we can't fix and resell, we'll just sell it off in a little bin, a clearance bin for parts and for local artists that kind of buy the shells and do things out of like mod them or do stuff with the shells. So he likes that idea. So it's good that we do that. And also mention that on the audio podcast, that I was talking last week about just how ragged I looked after 2 weeks, and it was so the opposite of a restful and relaxing or vacation type 2 weeks. And I think I showed it, like my face and my scruff and everything. But he's like, hey, the audio people, they can't see that. They still think I'm awesome and sexy. It's you poor YouTube watchers that have to look at the actual me, like the.
Can they hear it though? Can they hear the scruff?
You can't hear scruff. No, you can't hear scruff.
I think you can hear scruff.
No, I think the audio portion of this show is awesome, and so I think I sound great, and I sound young and sexy, and I have a full head of hair on the audio cast.
If you like the video version, check out the audio only, because that's where it's at. If
you think the video's good and you think I look and sound halfway decent on video, go to the audio portion, and then you'll see where it's really at. Yeah. So anyway, yes, yeah, and I love that about the audio podcast. And so you people that listen to the audio only, thank you. Thank you to everybody for watching this show. It's really just, it's a fun chance for me to kind of unwind like midweek. And I love doing it. It's a lot of fun. I'm still a little nervous about it, but like I've gotten kind of past that, and I try and just enjoy it for what it is. And I try and look at it as just me and my friend Dan, and we're just sitting here and we're just talking about stuff. Yeah. And I'm talking about Game Over, which is like my favorite subject. And so, yeah, it's fun. And so it's a good little kind of break in my week. So doing this midweek every week, it gives me a little break from all my other, boss battles and all the other crap that I have to deal with. So it's fun. Let's see. More comments about Neo Geo products. So I think the Neo Geo people are on me, and they really want us to carry Neo Geo stuff in the stores. But they have a whole line of arcade cabinets, just kind of like the arcade one-ups, and they have some other like plug-and-play devices and cool stuff. So we're looking into that. So maybe we'll see some of those soon in the Game Over stores. So thank you for the comments and the love for Neo Geo. That's multiple people on there. Let's see. Another comment. Awesome video. Welcome back. Somebody commented about animated intro to the show. I guess it was. I don't know if it was a free offer or a paid offer to have them create some kind of animated intro to the show. I appreciate that, but I don't think so. It's not that big of a deal. I'm not as worried about how that part looks, and I like the look and feel of the show. It's basic and organized, which is kind of like me. No frills, but very organized and sorted into the right kind of order, and everything has a place. So anyway, but thanks for the offer. Larry, my good friend Larry, had a long comment, lots of things to say. He was asking about tournaments. We do tournaments in the Austin area at the South Austin store, and he was asking about, hey, what about North Austin or Round Rock? And some of you may wonder that, like, well, we have 12 stores. Why don't we do 12 tournaments every month? And the answer is because that's a lot of tournaments. And some of our stores are in the same city, so then we'd have the potential at least to have tournaments at the same time at different locations, and then anybody that likes us and likes free tournaments is going to have to choose which one to go to. And we also have, some of our stores are just size-wise, they don't really accommodate tournaments very well. They may not have like the couch or demo area set up in the store, or they're just such a high sales volume store that they really just like there's a constant kind of flood of customers in there, and it's hard for them to break away and do an actual tournament, like to run it. So there's a lot of reasons for that, but we have in the past done tournaments in the North Austin store, and we have done them at the Round Rock store. But right now, the way we have it set up currently, it's for the Austin area, it's just South Austin. So I'm sorry, I know you're in Northie like me, but it's not that far to go to our South Austin store. But you can go down there and check out Rick in the South Austin store and all the crew down there. They're all great, and the tournaments are a lot of fun. So you should definitely check it out. So tournaments are the South Austin store, the Northeast San Antonio store, Northwest Houston, Arlington, and then the Bellevue, Washington store. So definitely check those out if you're in those areas. Larry's also talking about he's recently married, and so he's talking about juggling the marriage life, work life, and gaming life. And yeah, the struggle is real, as they say. The first one to go is normally your gaming life, and so that's definitely happened to me. And then work life and marriage life. A lot of times you get into the situation where you can't really keep both of those going very well. So definitely do the best you can, to juggle it all and keep everything going. Because you don't want to lose any of those. I don't want to lose the gaming life, but it is hard to keep everything going. And then you add like kids to the mix. A lot of us have kids now, and just getting kids, to and from school, to and from practice and games and extracurricular activities and friends' houses and stuff. And you're like a full-time, Uber driver, as well as, your normal job, as well as, the trying to keep the marriage going. And it's tough. It's tough. The struggle is real.
Don't grow up, kids.
Yes. All you kids out there, stay young, please. Because once you start, getting older and going into the adulting world, it's the reality kind of, sets in that it's tough, So you want to try and do your best to stay organized and stay on top of, all those aspects of your life and spread yourself out, evenly between things that you have to do and things that you do just for fun. Because that's definitely been my biggest struggle as an adult is, I pour so much into work life that, the marriage life and the kids and the gaming life, sometimes it's hard to keep those going, with it. Each one of those can take over. Like just your gaming life can take over all of your free time. Your marriage can take over all of your free time. Your kids can take over all of your free time. Your work can take over all your free time. So you really have to constantly work to keep everything in check and in balance. So yes, the struggle is real, and I feel your pain there. He likes the one-up arcade cabinets, and whether it's Neo Geo or anything else, like they are really popular, those cabinets, and so we're definitely looking into that. So we'll let you know what we come up with. He's sorry for the signage issues. We had all the sign problems in Houston. I hope we've rounded a corner there. The latest thing is that we now have tried to apply for our. Just give you a quick update. I'll try and make this quick. We've applied now for the sign permits down there, but the previous tenant who never actually opened in that space, but they got so far as to apply for their permits, and then they backed out of the lease and backed out of business or whatever, and that's how we got this different spot. But because they'd already applied for permits, the city of Houston said we can't apply because they have permits pending, and so we had to get with this last tenant. Through the landlord, because we don't know them, and get them to get with the city to cancel their pending permits so that we could then apply for ours. So that's done, and now I've applied for ours, and so now we're waiting for that. But man, dealing with all the local city and county and permitting type issues, that is it's an ongoing boss battle that. Probably one of the most frustrating things of running a small business is dealing with all that kind of red tape. It'd be nice if you could just, call a person and say, this is what we want to do. And you work with that person and get it figured out like that day, like on the phone or through a couple of emails. But there's always a process, and nobody wants to help you with the process, or nobody wants to fix things that end up being hurdles in that process. They're just like, no, like we can't give you the permit because someone else has a permit. And so then I have to be like, well, how do I get them to stop having a permit? Because they're not here. They're gone, and I don't know them. And they're like, we got to get with them. And I'm like, well, okay, so I guess I'll get with the landlord. They'll get with them, and then they'll hopefully get with you, even though they really have no incentive to do this. So they're working for free by taking the extra effort to fill out forms with the city to pull their permit. So it's just two normal people you would think could just talk out issues and work them out like right then and there. But instead of all this back and forth, and people are like, nope, sorry, you didn't check the right box, or sorry, we can't do that right now. And instead of trying to help you, well, what can we do to get this done? Like, let's just work together and make it happen. Anyway, life, right? Like, if only it could be easier. And Larry, last thing, he said he loves the bits at the end of the show. So that's all. I would say it's all me. I guess it is kind of all me, but it's all Dan, really. Like, Dan watches these shows, and as we talk, while we're setting up and in between the different segments of the show, like we say, we're going to level 1, and then in between there, we're talking while we're, shifting stuff around and getting ready for level 1. And so at the end of the show, Dan will look through those little snippets of video and try and find something cool or funny, and because we're always just shooting the bull, we're just talking smack and just having fun. And often we say some cool stuff, or I say some funny stuff, or whatever that he can zero in on and put at the end of the show. So, yeah, but he loves the end of the show stuff, and he's talking about the white hairs. They're inevitable, he says. I know, but the worst thing though, like I thought there was one good thing about losing my hair, right? Like there's not a lot of good that comes with a guy losing his hair. Like it's a personal struggle, and it's really it's a tough thing to like deal with in middle age for guys, and it's tough for me. But the one like bright light in that was, well, I'm losing my hair. I'm gonna be bald. I'm gonna shave my head. What's left of my hair or whatever, and that's fine. Like I'm cool with that. But I was always thinking, well, at least I'd never have a chance for it to go gray. Like it's not going to turn white. Like if you have no hair, it doesn't matter what color it is. It's just gone. It's just not there. But then here in the beard, I get the white hairs. So I've got both now. So balding, check. White hair, check. Middle-aged, check.
Shouldn't have grown up.
Oh man, adulting. Yeah, kind of sucks. But yeah, the fact that the white hairs grow faster, they're like stiffer, and they stick out against the grain of the other black ones, like that just blows my mind. I'm like, you need to get with the program, and like we're all growing this way. You need to grow this way. Don't do this on me. I don't know. Anyway, but thank you for the feedback, Larry and everybody else. Like I really love you guys' comments. Like that's what's made this show so enjoyable to me, because I was so nervous about doing it because I'm not real comfortable, talking, and it helps also that it's a despite what we've said earlier on the show, it's a really dark room that we filmed this in. The lights are just kind of shining on me, but everything else it's dark, so I don't really see anybody. I kind of see Dan over there, but that's it. And so it's kind of like I'm just in my room talking to myself, even though hundreds of you are watching. But that's what makes it comfortable for me, is just that kind of isolation while I do it. But the thing that's rewarding that makes me want to come back and do it again is just getting all that feedback from everybody that you like the show, you like the videos, and you comment on stuff, and like today with the instruction manual readathon on the feature section. I really hope you guys like that, and comment if you like that as an ongoing thing for the show that we'll do every once in a while. And I hope you guess some of the games. So anyway, that's it for feedback, and so I really appreciate that. Thank you to all the fans. Thank you to everyone for watching and listening and sharing, and commenting. Most of all, because that's what gets me going, gives me stuff to talk about the next week, and shows me that not only people are watching the show, but they're actually enjoying watching the show. Like it's funny, it's sad, it makes you think, it gives you ideas for your business or your game collection, or that it has some kind of impact on you. Like that's what I want to hear. And I have to say this too. Thanks for subscribing on YouTube. I don't want to be a shameless promoter of YouTube, but we are trying to also kind of revive our YouTube channel with this show. And so I think we have about 800 subscribers or something like that, 800 or 900. So we're trying to hit 1,000. So let's hit 1,000. Help us. Hit the subscribe button at the bottom, please. And thanks to everyone again for watching. Stay safe in the winter weather apocalypse 2022, whatever's going on right now. It seems to be pretty much nationwide. Everybody's dealing with a bunch of crappy winter weather right now. So be safe. Stay home if you have to. Work from home. And I hope everybody has a great week. We'll see you next time, and game over. All right, so level 1. So let's see. What should I do that as? Give me a roll. Give me a roll. A roll that will make me famous.
Okay, you're a really, really old spider who's
an old spider. Now that's getting
spider eating his last fly, and he doesn't have teeth anymore.
Does this have anything to do with video games or the show?
What do you
I'm to read a voice to read the show in.
I don't understand.
Old spider voice isn't a voice that anybody's gonna know. What is that voice? Oh, I'm an old spider. I talk like this, I guess, because I don't know how spiders talk. But I mean, to voice people like, like old man reading about video games, or like, I don't know.
Then do old man reading about video games. That's it, okay. Because you obviously.
Which is the least stretch for me to do. Okay. All right.
Middle-aged man who owns a video game store.
Okay, that's a little too close to home.
Right.